For half a century, the moon hung in our sky as a silent, silver monument. A symbol of peace, a testament to a challenge met, a moment that briefly united all of humanity in awe of a single giant leap. But that quiet era has just ended. The silence has been broken, not by explorers, but by competitors. The roar of new rockets and the steel-eyed ambition of new superpowers have returned. We're witnessing the first moves in a new grand chess match, played on a board of gray dust and black sky. On one side, NASA's Artemis program, a powerful move to reclaim American leadership in the cosmos. On the other, the methodical, patient rise of the China National Space Administration. Their objective is clear and audacious: to build a permanent International Lunar Research Station, the ILRS, right at the most valuable piece of real estate off-planet the Moon's South Pole. This isn't exploration, this is strategic positioning. Because whoever controls the South Pole controls the future of humanity in space. So, why this specific, frozen patch of land? The answer is simple, and it changes everything. Water. Billions of tons of water ice, more valuable than gold, are hidden in these permanently shadowed craters. On Earth, water is life. On the Moon, it's the key to an empire. It can be filtered for drinking and split into breathable oxygen. But its true value is strategic. Lunar water can be converted into hydrogen and oxygen, the two primary components of rocket fuel. This isn't just a resource, it's a refueling station in the sky. It means independence from Earth, breaking the chains of gravity and supply that have tethered us to our home world. China's robotic Chang'e missions have been methodically mapping these deposits for years, a quiet groundwork for a permanent presence. Now, the Artemis program is on a direct collision course for that same prize. This high-stakes race is about much more than just water. It's about the dawn of an entirely new economic frontier. The first trillion-dollar economy won't be on Earth. It will be forged in the fiery crucible of rocket launches and the cold vacuum of the cislunar domain, the vast, strategic region of space between our planet and the Moon. Visionaries like Elon Musk and companies like SpaceX, with their revolutionary reusable rockets, have shattered the barrier to entry. Space is no longer the exclusive playground of governments. It's a commercial frontier, open for business. We're talking about satellite dominance, controlling the communication and data networks of the future. We're talking about the staggering potential of lunar mining for rare earth metals and, perhaps, the holy grail of clean energy, helium-3. China isn't just building a research station. They are laying the foundation for an industrial foothold, aiming to own the means of production for this new world. They want the first, most permanent piece of this new cosmic real estate. But as new powers rise to challenge the old, history tells us something dangerous is just over the horizon. History tells us that when new frontiers open, conflict is never far behind. We've seen this play before. The first space race wasn't just about science, it was a Cold War proxy, a battle for ideological dominance symbolized by the Apollo 11 landing. Now, we see the echoes. The United States is building a coalition through its Artemis Accords, a framework for lunar cooperation. In response, China and Russia have partnered on the ILRS, creating a powerful competing bloc. Two alliances, one moon. But this time, the rulebook is dangerously out of date. The foundational law of space, the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, is clear. No nation can claim sovereignty over the moon. You can't own it. But the treaty was written before anyone seriously considered mining lunar resources. It's a legal gray area. You can't own the land, but can you own the water ice you extract? Can you control access to the craters where it's found? This is the new game, strategic placement. By building permanent infrastructure near vital resource zones, a nation or corporation can establish a de facto zone of control, and once a base is built, once the habitats and relays are in place, it becomes almost impossible to remove. This brings us to the critical question: what happens when one nation stays? A permanent lunar base isn't just a scientific outpost, it's a strategic asset. It has its own communication relays, its own fuel depots, and the potential for dual-use technologies that serve both civilian and military functions. In the language of geopolitics, the moon isn't just high ground, it's the ultimate high ground. The first nation to truly industrialize the moon doesn't just change the balance of power in space. It changes the balance of power on Earth forever. That window of opportunity for cooperation or competition is closing fast. The next 10 years will define the next 100. The mid-2020s are for robotic groundwork, as nations scramble to map and claim the best locations. The 2030s will see the start of crewed construction, with competing stations NASA's Artemis base camp and China's ILRS rising from the dust. The question the next generation will ask is not who went to the moon, they'll ask who stayed. And if this is the new space race, then Mars is the next battlefield. The moon was once a symbol of unity. Now, it's a test of power.